So when using my 360 camera system to reverse into this car park space here behind me, everything will still look the same as it always does, apart from this red spot in the top of my display screen here that you may notice. And why is that there? Well, that's because my 360 camera system is also recording. Before, every individual camera view was just a way for me to be able to see what was happening from around the outside of my car, and it still is. But now my 360 camera system also records everything that I can see as well, and what I can't. A 360 camera system is common to see in many cars these days, but what a lot of people don't realize is that it's also a 360 view dash cam. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be demonstrating how to set up your car's aftermarket 360 camera system, like this one here, so that it can be used as a dash cam as well, on top of everything else that you're already using it for. A lot of people do not actually know that this is even possible to do, but it is. The 360 View app, which is what this is here, that you use with your 360 camera system, is not only amazing to use for the reversing and parking of your car, it also has built-in functionality to be used as a dash cam as well, and a really good one too. So just like most dash cams that record what is happening from the front of the car, and with some dash cams they also record what is happening from the rear of the car as well, the 360 View app can be set up so it will do exactly the same thing. However, it will also record from the side cameras that are installed in your side mirrors as well. This now resulting in basically a 360 View dash cam that sees and records what is happening from around the entire outside of your car. So this being everything that you can and can't see either, for example other vehicles and objects behind you and that are in your blind spot areas as well. And it does all of this using its 4 fisheye wide angle cameras that are installed all around the car. And no, this is a feature that you definitely will not achieve using any standalone dash cam either, because just like your rear view mirror, it also cannot see what is in your blind spot areas, but only what is directly behind you, and only from one angle as well. Now, I've done a few car 360 camera videos on this channel now, and there are 2 really common questions I get asked a lot in regards to the actual dash cam functionality of the system itself. And they are, 1, can a 360 camera system be used as a dash cam? And 2, how does a 360 camera system work when it is used as a dash cam? And so today I'm going to be answering both of those questions and even more. And I'm going to start with how to set up your 360 camera system to work as a dash cam. Now apparently a few of you have tried to do this already, but without success, and that's okay. Technology can be confusing at times, but the good news is it's actually really easy to do. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now, keeping it as simple as possible for everyone to understand. Now, just before I do continue, please note things will be different from system to system, as not all 360 camera systems and their software are the same, but the process itself will be very similar for most of them. The 360 camera system I'm using right here in this video is an older, low-cost entry-level system, which is also using older and now very outdated software as well. And some of the things I will be demonstrating when compared to the more advanced later model systems with their newer software and features will also look quite different as well. Alright, so let's get straight into it, starting with step 1. So firstly, you're going to need one of these, a USB flash drive. Why? Well, that's because this 360 View app and the head unit itself have been designed to use an external flash drive for the storage of the 360 View camera video footage. No, it does not store the video footage onto the internal memory at all. Now, you can use any size USB flash drive that you want to, providing of course that your particular 360 camera system supports it. I'm just using this cheap 64GB USB flash drive from China, and it works absolutely perfectly. Now, by default, the 360 View app is set up to loop record. So this means that when the USB flash drive gets full, it will just automatically start recording over the older video footage again. And no, this setting is not adjustable with this older software that I'm using either. In fact, when it comes to the dashcam functionality of this 360 camera system, 99% of the settings are preset by default and cannot be changed at all. The later model software may be more flexible, but this older software is definitely not. It's just a very basic and simple design, but it does still work really well. Okay, now step 2 is really easy because all you need to do is plug your USB flash drive into a spare available USB port. Depending on your system, the USB ports are generally connected to an external USB cable like this, and that just plugs into the back of the head unit itself. Now for step 3, you're going to need to go into the 360 View app settings, like that, and then select the correct USB port that you're using. So this is the USB port that you've just connected your USB flash drive to. Now my head unit actually has 3 USB ports, but I'm using this one right here, USB_pin 4. So all I need to do is set the record device option here to that USB port. Now you may as well also set up the recording quality at the same time as well. This of course being the quality of the video footage that the cameras will record at. And for this you have 3 options to choose from, just under the record quality option here. So we just tap on that, and now you can see we've got SD, HD and Full HD. I have found the HD quality to be good enough for me with my low cost entry system here, but of course what you decide to choose is completely up to you. Just remember though, the higher the quality, the larger the file size will be as well, so the faster the USB flash drive will also fill up. Now this 360 camera system software version does not support adjustable time-lapse recording, and in my opinion it doesn't really need to either. Instead it just records the video footage from each individual camera into a 3-minute interval and then just combines everything into one single file. Using the older 720p cameras, which is what I am doing, and with the quality set to HD, each 3-minute video clip works out to be approximately 95 megabytes in size. And because loop recording is also the default setting, that's going to give me just over 1 week's worth of video footage stored onto my 64 gigabytes USB flash drive before it gets recorded over again. And that is enough for me personally as well. And now for step 4, the most important part to setting up your 360 camera system so that it can be used as a dash cam. And that is formatting the USB flash drive correctly. And to do this, it must be formatted using the 360 View app on your head unit itself. You can't use your PC to do this, and that's because correct folder and file structure is crucial for this to work properly. So to format the USB flash drive correctly, this is how you do it. So we need to go back into the 360 View app again, tap on the 3 dots here again as well to enter the settings. Now we need to tap on the video camera icon, which is just here. Might be a bit hard to see on camera because sometimes depending on the background here, it's very hidden, but there's a little video icon right there, so we tap on that. Then we need to tap on edit at the top here, and then we need to tap on format. And now pressing confirm will permanently delete everything from your USB flash drive if there was anything on it, and then it will format, partition and set up the correct folder and file structure that is required as well. So tap on confirm. It's formatting now.
Hey everyone, don't forget to subscribe to Short with Tech if you want to see more car tech content just like this.
And format successful. And that's it. The USB flash drive has now been formatted and is set up correctly, so it can now be used with your 360 camera system for recording. Yes, it seriously is as easy to do as that. Now step 5 is the final step, and it's also an extremely important step as well, because if you don't do it, nothing is going to be recorded. And this is because by default, your 360 camera system is not actually set up to record video footage at all from any of the cameras. So we need to enable this option first. So to do that, we need to go back into the settings, which I'm in now, and we need to then tap on this toggle button right here, where it says record status. So it says disable, tap on that, and now it's enabled. If at any time you don't want your cameras to record, then you can just tap on it again, and then it will disable the recording. But we want it enabled for now. And by the way, when this option is enabled, there is also nothing else you need to do to start the camera's recording every time that you use the car. It's all done automatically for you. So you don't need to check if the cameras have started recording every time you start the car, because they will be. Now there is also another really easy way to tell when your 360 camera system is recording as well. As most of you will have already seen from the intro, you will now also have this red spot here displayed in the top of your display screen. And that is of course the recording status symbol. So that's it. Your 360 camera system has now been set up to work as a dash cam, and it will now be recording from all 4 of the cameras, and even when you don't have the 360 View app open as well. Okay, so now if I was to take a guess, I bet that a lot of you are thinking, so all 4 cameras, they now just record 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? But no, they don't. Your 360 camera system is only going to record when your car's ignition is turned on or the car's engine is still running. It does not record if the car's ignition is turned off altogether. So this also means no, it will not be recording when your car is parked and you're away from it, and if it is hit or broken into when it is parked either. The 360 camera system I have here does not support 24-hour parking monitoring. For it to support that, I would also need a built-in or external G sensor connected to the head unit to be able to detect an impact or vibration, which this head unit does not have. However, in saying that, it won't be long before the manufacturers do implement this into the design of all their head units. That could even be available now with some of the newer, later model and more advanced systems, but with this cheaper system I have here, it is definitely not. So if your 360 camera system is an older system and outdated a bit like mine, just do remember that your 360 camera system can only be used for recording when you're driving, or if your car is parked but the car is still running. So then, what does a video recording from this 360 camera system actually look like after it's been recorded? Is it displayed exactly like this in this bird's eye view? And how can it be played back on the head unit itself? Actually, no. Video recordings are saved and played back in a completely different format to this, with this particular 360 camera system. And here's an example of how you play back a video recording inside of the 360 View app, so you can see this for yourself. So we go back into the settings again, tap on the video camera icon here again as well, and you will now see all the saved video footage recordings listed here. So let's choose one and watch it. And as you can see, the video footage has been recorded from all 4 of the cameras, but when playing it back, all 4 camera views are displayed together as one view on the display screen, like this. You can view each camera recording individually as well though if you want to, by just tapping on the full screen icon of each individual camera view. So for example, if I tap on that one there, we now have the front view camera only, full screen. You will also notice that there is no audio being heard as well when playing it back. And the reason for that is of course because the 4 cameras that are used in a car 360 camera system do not support audio. They are video cameras only, so they only record video. So anyway, that is how you play back the video footage on the head unit itself. Now of course you can also play back the video footage on your laptop or PC as well by simply just inserting the USB flash drive into your laptop or PC like this. However, one important thing to note is that the video footage does also get saved in the TS format, which is the transcript stream format. So when playing back the video footage on your PC or laptop, you will need to use a media player that supports this format as well, such as VLC Media Player, which is what this is here, and it's also a free app that you can use as well. Believe it or not, there are actually a lot of other media players that still do not support the TS format, so if you experience problems viewing your saved video footage on your PC, then this might be why. Now in regards to the quality of the video footage, as I've already said, with my 360 camera system here, I'm just using the 720p cameras, so it's not going to be incredibly high quality when compared to the 1080p cameras, but here is an example of it for you anyway, for those who are interested. And it's taken directly off the USB flash drive itself, and it's been recorded at 720p HD. When watching this, one important thing to pay attention to though is not the quality itself, but how when there is a car behind me and it passes me, you will notice how you actually never lose sight of that car at any given time, irrespective of the angle that it is located at from around the car. And this is of course all thanks to the wide angle side camera views. So anyway, this is an example of what I'm talking about. As for the night vision quality, well, 720p is definitely not the best option to choose for when it's dark, but again, for those of you who want to see it, here's an example of that for you as well. Now, with a standalone dash cam, as a lot of you may already know, in the case of an incident, you can of course also manually lock a video recording for safekeeping as well. And the good news is you can do the exact same thing with this 360 camera system as well. And this is how you do it. So we need to tap on the video camera icon here again. We then tap on edit. We then choose the video clip that we want to lock and save, or we can choose multiple video clips. So let's try that. We'll choose that one there, that one there, and that one there. And then we just tap on lock. And now the video clips have been securely locked and stored from accidentally being recorded over. And as you can see here, it does also have little padlock symbols next to the locked video clips as well, just to confirm that for you. The file names do also get rewritten as well, even though you can't see that on the screen, but they do. And that's so they can be identified from all of the other video clips that are not locked. And this is useful, for example, if you were playing the video footage back on another device such as your PC. So yes, this lock feature is definitely very useful to have. And that's it. That is how you set up a Car 360 camera system so you can use it as a 360 view dash cam. When comparing it to a professionally made standalone dash cam, they are of course two very different systems still, but both with their own advantages and disadvantages as well. In my opinion, a 360 camera system does work very well as a dash cam, but it's not really a true dash cam as such, and so for some people it may not be what they are looking for a dash cam. But if you do have a 360 camera system installed in your car, then it is definitely worth setting up the dashcam functionality of it, because you will still achieve the huge benefits from it that you won't with the standalone dashcam, such as the 360 degrees monitoring of your blind spot areas, and that is really important to have as well. Anyway guys, that now brings us to the end of another video, and hopefully it has been useful to anyone wanting to know how a 360 camera system works as a dashcam and how to set one up. If you like this video, please remember to hit the like button, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more car tech videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.